Welcome back to the deep dive. You know that familiar challenge, right? You need a capable computer, something that really handles your workload, doesn't miss a beat. But you probably don't want a hulking tower dominating your desk space, humming away.
Yeah, like a small fridge. We've all been there.
Exactly. It's a modern dilemma for so many of us, finding that sweet spot between power and, footprint.
Mhm.
And it's this exact tension that the rise of mini PCs has really started to address. Brilliantly, I think.
Absolutely. For years, mini PC often meant, well, compromise. You compromised on power or you got something basically like a glorified media player.
Right.
But that landscape has dramatically shifted. Today, these compact machines, they're serious contenders.
Yeah.
Real solutions for a huge range of users, office pros, creative freelancers, you name it.
Yeah.
They're proving you can absolutely pack a punch into a tiny package.
Yeah.
Without sacrificing critical performance.
And that's why we're excited for today's deep dive. We're zeroing in on a standout example, the E3B Mini PC. It shows just how far this compact computing thing has come. Our mission today is to kind of pull back the curtain, really unpack how this little machine manages that balance, power, efficiency, modern connectivity, all tucked into a shell you could, well, almost hold in one hand.
It's a really vital exploration for anyone maybe looking for a desktop. Small, but big on reliability, whether you're upgrading a home office, setting up a new workspace, or just want something streamlined for productivity. Understanding the E3B's capabilities and, importantly, its trade-offs can really help you make that next tech decision.
Okay, let's get into it. As always, starting with the heart of the machine, the
Right.
brains, right? The processor.
Yeah.
So at the core of the E3B Mini PC, we've got the AMD Ryzen 5 7430U processor. Now, is it just any chip? It runs up to, what, 4.3 gigahertz?
That's right, 4.3 gigahertz boost, and it's got 6 physical cores.
6 cores and 12 threads. Now, for listeners, what does that 6 cores, 12 threads actually mean in, real capability?
That's a great question. Because it's more than just numbers on a spec sheet, right? It's fundamental. Think of each core as a dedicated worker. 6 cores means 6 workers handling different tasks at the same time.
Okay.
And 12 threads. That means each worker can effectively juggle 2 tasks at once. It's about parallel processing power. That's why the E3B can handle smooth, multitasking, demanding apps without getting totally bogged down.
Right.
And what's really interesting about this specific chip, the 7430U, the U series, is that it's really praised for its balance. You get solid multi-core performance and good energy efficiency.
Ah, efficiency, key for a small box.
Absolutely critical,
Yeah.
especially in a mini PC where, heat and power are always fighting for space in that tiny chassis.
That balance sounds great on paper, but realistically in the past, those U-series chips, they sometimes meant a bit of a compromise for really heavy, sustained work. How confident are we this one holds up? Say, compiling large code, or maybe exporting a decent-sized video? Does the fan
Yeah.
scream?
That's where the real-world impact comes in. And the sources are pretty clear here. Look, it's not built for, professional-grade 3D rendering or exporting 4K movies for hours on end.
Right.
That's not its job.
Okay.
But for its target audience, professionals, home users, it excels. You're looking at a genuinely smooth experience with all your typical office stuff. Spreadsheets, presentations, video calls, runs beautifully.
Effortless multitasking, then.
Truly the name of the game. Switching between things is seamless, no stutter. It even handles light creative work, like photo editing, basic graphic design. Doesn't feel strained.
And the fan noise you mentioned?
It's modest.
Yeah.
Even under a decent load, it's more of a hum. It quickly fades into the background, which honestly points to some surprisingly good thermal engineering in that small case.
Okay, good to know. And that responsiveness is definitely helped by the memory and storage setup, right? I mean, we've all been there. 30 browser tabs open, research, maybe online shopping.
Oh.
Yeah, and suddenly your machine just grinds to a halt. The E3B seems ready for that. Comes with a generous 32 GB of DDR4 memory.
Precisely. And 32 GB, it's not just about the raw capacity now. It's about future-proofing this thing for a good few years.
Good point.
Think about how memory-hungry everything's getting. Web apps, cloud tools, even the OS itself. This much RAM means the E3B isn't likely to be the bottleneck anytime soon. You could hold off on upgrades, really maximize the investment longer than maybe some others.
Okay.
It's the difference between, constant little pauses and genuinely fluid work.
That's a huge win for anyone juggling lots of digital stuff. Now, that RAM is paired with fast storage, a 512 GB M.2 NVMe SSD. For listeners maybe not deep into storage tech, what's the big deal about NVMe? Why does that matter?
The NVM part is absolutely key. It means this isn't just any SSD. It's using PCIe lanes.
Yeah.
Much faster data transfer than the older SATA SSDs.
Yeah.
And that directly translates to those really quick boot times you want. Apps launching almost instantly. Snappy system responsiveness overall. It's like the difference between a brisk walk and a full sprint for your data. Less waiting for you.
Gotcha. Faster is better.
Always. Now, that 512 GB for most office users, business users, especially with cloud storage now, it's probably more than enough space.
Probably, yeah.
But it's worth noting, if you work with truly large media files, gigabytes of video, high-res photos, huge project archives, you might find yourself needing more down the line. You might be eyeing external drives or maybe network storage.
That brings up a good point about, balancing what you need now versus later. So if 512 GB starts feeling tight, what are the expansion options? Is it tricky?
Well, internal expansion is pretty limited. That's just the nature of these mini PCs.
Okay.
But the E3B compensates with really solid external connectivity. You get multiple USB 3.2 ports, which means adding an external drive is super simple. And you'll still get high-speed transfers.
So not endless internal bays, but good external options.
Exactly. External hookups are rock solid, well supported. Your data flow isn't restricted.
Okay, so we've got the internal brain power, the speedy storage, but today that's only part of the story, right? Connectivity is huge. Getting all that power to talk to everything else, network, peripherals, monitors.
Absolutely essential.
And this is where the E3B seems to really shine. Modern wireless, built-in Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.2. For someone working from home, maybe in a busy office, what do those specific versions actually do for the day-to-day?
It's actually fascinating how much difference these modern standards make. Wi-Fi 6 isn't just about hitting peak speeds on paper. It's about better performance when the network is crowded. Lots of devices connected.
Ah, okay. Like in a typical home now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, smoother streaming, more reliable video calls, seamless cloud work, even if everyone else is online too, cuts down latency, keeps bandwidth stable. And Bluetooth 5.2, people often overlook it. It means more stable, more efficient connections for your wireless keyboard, mouse, headphones, fewer annoying dropouts. And it uses less power, which is always nice. Keeps everything reliably connected.
That sounds like it eliminates a lot of those little tech frustrations. And it's not just wireless, right? Solid wired options too.
Yep, good wired connections. But significantly, the capability for multiple display outputs.
Multiple displays. Now, for anyone serious about productivity, I imagine that's a massive benefit.
It's an absolute game changer, especially from such a small device.
Yeah.
The E3B supports triple display output in 4K resolution.
Wait, triple 4K?
Triple 4K. Think about that.
Yeah.
You can genuinely set up your workspace, maybe your main spreadsheet or code on one 4K screen,
Okay.
a critical video conference running smoothly on a second, and your web browser, research materials, whatever, open on a third, all handled confidently by this tiny machine. That level of multi-monitor support at high res usually needs a much bigger, pricier setup.
Oh.
It's a massive productivity boost for professionals who need that screen real estate.
Triple 4K from something that fits in your hand. That is genuinely impressive. You wouldn't have thought that possible a few years back.
Not at all.
And that versatility brings us neatly to its design, efficiency, daily performance, the whole, mini PC lifestyle. Design-wise, yeah, it's what you'd expect. Compact, discreet, minimal. I remember my first desktop PC was like practically furniture, a small fridge under the desk, like you said.
Yeah.
Seeing something this capable just vanish behind a monitor, it feels almost futuristic, doesn't it?
It really does. It shows how far miniaturization and integration have come. And that form factor gives you incredible placement flexibility. Sit it on the desk, it barely draws attention. Or use a Visa mount, stick it behind the monitor. Super clean, almost invisible setup.
Nice for decluttering.
Huge plus for that.
Yeah.
And the build quality feels sturdy enough, reassuring.
Okay, but small spaces, powerful parts. Thermals are often the Achilles heel for mini PCs, right? How does the E3B handle heat? Is the fan noise constantly noticeable?
That's a very sharp question. It's where good engineering really matters. And the sources suggest the cooling is surprisingly well managed for the size. Now, it's not dead silent under heavy sustained load. You'll hear it. But the fan noise is modest, more of a gentle hum, not a distracting roar. And it fades into the background quickly.
Okay.
For daily performance. This machine is impressive. Day-to-day stuff, Word processing, spreadsheets, browsing, streaming video, all runs without a hitch, even demanding multitasking. Multiple apps, dozen browser tabs, video call going. The system stays snappy, responsive.
So it delivers for its intended use.
Absolutely. Reinforces that idea.
Now, just a quick nuance here. Setting expectations is important. This isn't a gaming PC. Let's be crystal clear.
Very clear.
But its integrated graphics can handle casual gaming. Older titles run reasonably well, so indie games, revisiting classics, probably fine. But don't buy this expecting to run the latest AAA monsters at max settings.
Definitely not.
This machine's strengths are business, productivity, home office.
Exactly. Right tool for the right job. And another big strength, often overlooked when we chase raw power, is efficiency. It sips power compared to a traditional desktop tower. Far less consumption.
Good point.
Makes it a very eco-friendly choice. Good for the planet, good for your energy bills.
Lower electricity costs, always a bonus.
Those savings can actually add up over time.
And that small size makes it super versatile for different places too, right? Like shared workspaces, classrooms.
Places where space is tight or needs to be flexible, or even as a portable workstation. Easy to move between locations if you need to. Really suits modern work styles.
Okay, so it all paints a very compelling picture for the E3B. Performs well, great connectivity, space, and energy efficient.
It does.
But let's connect this to the bigger picture. Every tech has trade-offs, right? No matter how good. What's the realistic catch here? What should someone really think about before jumping in?
That is the key question, isn't it? And the main drawback, like with many compact systems, boils down to expandability.
Right, upgrades.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Unlike a big desktop tower, where you can swap graphics cards, add more drives, maybe upgrade the cooler, major upgrades beyond what it comes with.
Yeah.
Not really easy. You're largely buying a fixed configuration.
So that raises questions about future-proofing again. That 32 GB RAM is great now.
Excellent, yeah. Should last years.
But the 512 GB SSD, fast, yes, but could feel limited over time if your digital stuff keeps growing.
It could, yeah. Especially if you don't rely heavily on cloud or external storage. You can use external drives, obviously. Talked about the good USB ports. But it's not quite the same as having internal bays for more storage.
Sure.
It means you really need to be honest with yourself about your likely storage needs down the road.
And we touched on this, but worth repeating maybe. Performance ceilings. The Ryzen 5 7430U, strong for productivity, like creative stuff, but it's just not designed for heavy 3D rendering, intense simulations, or, as we said, modern AAA gaming at high settings.
Absolutely not. It has limits.
And it's critical you understand those limits. Make sure they align with your most demanding tasks.
Precisely. So, pulling it all together, the overall verdict, the A3B Mini PC really comes across as a smart, very capable and thoroughly modern mini desktop. It manages to pack strong performance into that tiny footprint, offers the latest connectivity, and consistently delivers a reliable, snappy experience for its intended jobs.
Yeah.
Office, business, home productivity, light creative work.
So for anyone wanting a compact PC that genuinely doesn't feel sluggish, something that gives you the power for everyday productivity without taking over your desk, this little machine really delivers.
More than delivers, I'd say.
It doesn't just meet expectations, it kind of challenges what we thought was possible from such a small box.
Yeah.
Really shows how far mini PCs have come so quickly.
And you know, that leads us to a really interesting thought for you to ponder as we wrap this up. Given what the E3B can do, its power, efficiency, driving triple 4K displays from something so small, what does this whole shift towards compact, efficient computing mean for the traditional desktop tower?
Good question.
Are we watching its slow decline? Or will there always be a place for the big box? And if so, what niche will it occupy? And maybe more broadly, how might these small but mighty machines reshape our ideas about what a powerful PC even looks like in the future, especially as integrated graphics keep getting better?
Powerful questions indeed. Something to think about. We definitely encourage you to consider your own computing needs, how you balance size, power, expandability, maybe even aesthetics, how that might influence your next tech decision.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
We'll catch you next time.